Barely a week after the monstrous biological attack on Laconda 4, which has condemned tens of thousands of Confederation civilians to a slow and horrific death, TNC can now confirm that alongside Confed's knee-jerk reaction to quarantine the entire Laconda system and stonewall any attempts to provide medical assistance to the colonists there, several systems in the Epsilon and Vega sectors are now to be completely evacuated and abandoned, including the naval base at Blackmain. Confederation spokespeople have insisted that only small colonies and inessential installations are being evacuated, and state that by relocating the citizens of these systems to larger colonies allows Confed to better concentrate its defenses and meet any further Kilrathi incursions with greater force than was possible at Laconda. These spokespeople declined to comment when asked to justify the evacuation of Sector HQ at Blackmain, or the stubborn refusal to allow volunteers from the Red Cross to journey to Laconda 4 in an attempt to research and ultimately cure the plague. In other news, Dr. Bronwyn Singh, sentenced to life in prison 15 years ago after being found guilty of conducting illegal research, was today issued a full presidential pardon. Though the details of Singh's crimes were never disclosed to the press.
Well, what do you make of that?
This is a joke, right?
I don't think they make jokes on the news, sir.
So in other words, instead of making any effort to defend its border into Neb, Confed's just gonna abandon it instead?
Don't the Border Worlds Union own most of the frontline systems in Deneb and the Epsilon sector?
Sure, right. Of course. We'll see how long they last when we pull out.
I suppose it makes sense to evacuate systems like this one. We only have about 400 people on Tangier Colony, and our only jump nose lead to Logo and Laconda itself.
Hey Finch, did the captain say anything to you about evacuating when you had your last wing readiness briefing?
She said it was more than likely, but apparently anyone traveling to and from Tangier has to get special dispensation from Sector Command to traverse through Laconda. That'll take time.
Sector Command, which is currently in the process of shutting down?
Yes.
Why all the caution, sir? There's no way ships traveling in the vacuum of space millions of kilometers from the planet could bring the plague with them. Is there?
You wouldn't think so, would you? But no one knows for certain, so they're not taking any chances.
Well, good. That disease can't be allowed to spread anywhere else.
Good, is it? You know, Husky, there's a good chance that to safeguard other colonies from the dreaded feline flu, Tangier will end up being quarantined, with us still inside it.
That's bullshit. Sir.
Yeah, you keep thinking that, kid.
Tangier isn't self-sufficient, and Logo's just a couple of asteroid mining bases. Both systems got all their food from Laconda.
And you think that Confed would never just leave all those people to starve to death?
No, of course not.
You were there at the Battle of Earth. You saw what happened to Sirius and Warsaw. Those were two of the oldest and most densely populated colonies we had, and both were sacrificed just to give Earth a chance.
That was necessary, sir. Stranding us here isn't.
Let's hope not.
Let's talk about something else. We'll get our orders from HQ soon enough.
Where do you think they'll send us when we leave the system?
I don't know. My guess is that the Nottingham and the Apache will wind up replacing newly destroyed escorts in a carrier group somewhere.
You mean we get to go back to the action after this lovely exile? Holiday.
Maybe. Either that or we get to safeguard the meager resources of another worthless system from unambitious pirates.
Well, isn't life fun?
I keep saying we could be put to better use than guarding two backwater systems.
Yes, you do keep saying that.
I've only ever seen the Kilrathi once, back when I was a shuttle pilot, acting as cannon fodder at the Battle of Earth. And I've only ever shot at them in the simulator.
You keep saying that as well.
Well, there aren't going to be many more backwaters pretty soon.
Well, I think this calls for a round. Let's raise a toast to Tangier, which I'm perfectly sure we'll be bidding farewell to soon, and which shall in no way become our tomb.
Sorry, Wynn. The captain wants us sober until we hear more from command. We don't know when we'll find ourselves having to fly escort for evacuation transports.
Oh, come on, Captain. One drink in the emptiest of all the empty systems of the Confederation isn't going to do us any harm now, is it?
Well, I suppose when you put it that way, I'll have a coffee, Husky can have an orange juice, and you get yourself a lemonade or something.
Fine.
I'll be checking to make sure you haven't slipped anything into your drink.
Bastard.
What was that, Lieutenant?
Red alert! All hands report to duty stations, all pilots scramble, this is not a drill, repeat, all hands report to duty stations, all pilots scramble, this is not a drill.
What the hell is this?
Have we got cats coming through the jump point?
You heard the order. Move it, both of you. Move!
Right, sir.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Hellcats 1 and 2, you are cleared to launch.
Understood. What can you tell us about the situation, Nottingham?
2 civilian transports jumped in a few minutes ago. They're reporting being pursued by a Kilrathi destroyer plus fighter and bomber escorts.
How many escorts?
7 in total.
Shouldn't be too bad.
Never let me hear you say something like that again, Husky. You always assume nothing will be easy until...
2 Vactoths, 2 Pacton. Looks like advanced scouts. All fighters, you are cleared to engage.
Acknowledged. Break and attack, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir. Engaging now.
I'll take the bomber on the left. You take the one on the right. Keep an eye on the Vactoths, but don't let them distract you.
Understood, sir.
Lock established. Missile away.
Lock established. Crap! Have to evade.
Don't let him get past you. Just one lucky torpedo hit could be the end of the Apache.
I'm doing my best, sir.
Captain, this is Disciple. Me and Whistle have launched and are entering the fray. Crumbs and Spindley should be right behind us.
Good. Both of you help us pick these bombers off.
Got it. I'll help you. Whistle can help Husky.
Almost got this one.
Oh shit! My bomber got a torpedo off!
Shoot it down then!
Yes, sir!
Don't worry about hitting the Apache. You can't do any more damage than the torpedo. Just make sure it dies. Shit! Disciple, my target launched a torpedo off just before it died.
Understood. Yes, got it.
Mayday! Mayday! This is the Apache. We've taken major damage. There is no challenge in slaughtering these Utaks, sir.
I'm sorry, sir. I tried.
Keep your head, Lieutenant. Take that bomber out before it can do the same to the Nottingham.
I almost had it.
Neil, pull yourself together.
Captain, I'm reading an ejection pod. Looks like Whistle bailed. Bastards! Husky is down, sir!
All pilots be advised, the jump point is opening.
Where the hell are the other Hellcats, Nottingham?
We had trouble with one of the fighter elevators, but it's resolved now. They'll be launching any second.
1 destroyer, 5 bombers, 5 more Vactods.
7 escorts in total.
Captain, the bomber that took out the Apache is heading for the transports. So are 2 Vactods and another bomber. The rest are headed towards us.
Understood, Lieutenant.
Should I try to intercept them? You'll have 2 more Hellcats soon to help you defend Nottingham.
Negative. Stay here and target any bombers heading towards our ship.
Sir, those transports are defenseless.
And if the Nottingham goes down, they'll die anyway. So will Tangier Colony, and so will the mining bases in Logo. You have your orders, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir.
That's 1 Vac-Off down. Wait, Disciple, put a missile in your current target. Now. Correction, 2 missiles.
Why?
Just do it.
Understood. Missiles away. Crap, he's on a ballistic course. Straight for the Nottingham's launch deck.
Precisely, don't let it hit. Fire more missiles if you have to.
Come on, come on.
Nottingham, get those birds in the air now!
Hellcats 5 and 6, you are clear.
Fuck!
Major damage to the flight deck. Hellcat 5 is destroyed, Hellcat 6 is on fire. Medical and damage control teams to the flight deck immediately.
Disciple, pull back and engage the incoming bombers. It's up to us now. This is the civilian cargo vessel Okinawa to any Confederation vessel. We have Kilrathi ships pursuing us, requesting immediate assistance. Ignore it.
I'll try, Captain.
You take the 2 bombers on the left. I'll take the 2 on the right.
Alpha Wing, be advised, we're starting to move at best possible speed away from the destroyer. If you get a chance, try and take out the warhead launcher on its bow.
We'll do our best, Nottingham, but it's not likely to happen.
This is Captain Haig of the Helios. We have over 100 wounded evacuees from the TCS Rotterdam on board. We're defenseless here. We need help!
Okinawa and Helios, adjust your course and head towards the Nottingham. We'll cover you as best we can with our flak turrets.
The Kilrathi are too close. We will never make it.
It's the best we can do.
We'll never make it to you.
It's the best we can do. Take it or leave it.
Helm, adjust course.
This is the Helios. We're heading towards you.
Yes! That was for Husky and the Apache, you furry fuckers!
Celebrate when they're all dead.
I intend to.
Not this time. Disciple, I read 2 torpedoes heading for the Nottingham. Cover me while I take them out.
Both torpedoes are down. Nice shooting, sir.
Stay focused.
Looks like the bombers are setting up for another run.
Stay with them.
Oh, they're not getting away. Don't worry, sir.
This is the Okinawa. We've got a torpedo incoming. We can't dodge it.
pay for this. Damn it! Come on, you fucking missile! Take the bait! Ah!
No!
Captain Campbell, be aware that the Nottingham is now reversing course. It is obvious that we cannot hold our position here, nor hope to retreat. And with the threat that destroyer poses to the colony, there is only one course of action left. We're going to ram it.
What? No, you...
There is no other option. The Kilrathi fighters can't harm the colony by themselves, and if we're lucky, Confederation ships will arrive here before the Cats launch a follow-up strike. Cover us as best you can.
Mayday! Mayday! This is...
I'll do my best, Nutty!
Someday, we'll kill you all.
Good evening and welcome to TNC at 10, Terran Standard Time. Our top story today, heroism on the frontier. 2 days ago, the system of Tangier was saved from a Kilrathi raiding force and probable biological attack by the pilots and crew of the TCS Nottingham, which, despite being outnumbered and outgunned after the loss of its sister ship, the TCS Apache, in the early moments of battle, nevertheless saved the lives of hundreds of Confederation civilians by colliding their destroyer with the Kilrathi flagship, identified as the KIS Kegnothra. Confederation evacuation transports, escorted by fighters from the TCS Delgado, are currently in the process of evacuating Tangier Colony and the mining facilities in the adjacent Logo system. In a statement issued shortly before the evacuation of Tangier commenced, former Governor Eliza Giamatti thanked the crew of the Nottingham for their courage and selfless actions.
Wing Commander from the Jaws of Defeat is a fan-made audio production based on the Wing Commander franchise, starring Paul Carley as Captain Stuart Finch Campbell, the Communications Officer from the TCS Apache, the Kilrathi pilot and the Captain of the Okinawa, Michael Pope as First Lieutenant Neil Husky McCandless, James Marlin as First Lieutenant Sam Disciple Wynn, Stephanie Robinson as the newsreader and Captain Haig of the Helios, and Richard Paul as the Nottingham's Communications Officer. Written, edited and directed by Richard Paul. Music and sound effects are from Wing Commanders 1, 3 and 4. Additional sounds are from the BBC Sound Effects Library and soundbible.com. Wing Commander is a registered trademark of Origin Systems. Hope you enjoyed and thanks for listening.